guys, it's great to see you. Right now it is Friday. Right now it's Thursday, April 30th, 10 a.m. and I am getting ready to go on another field trip, and I would love to take you with me. Today I'm going to Route 66 State Park in Eureka, which is about 20 minutes from my house, most likely close to 30 minutes from school. And I would love for you guys to join me on this trip. We're going to have beautiful weather for the next 3 or 4 days. And so I'm eager to go with my dog Bonnie to the park. Some things that you're going to need today for our field trip: an adventure hat. I love wearing hats, partly because I want shade. I have sun in my eyes all the time. I'm outside all the time. But as it gets warmer and as it's sunnier, protect your skin from the sun. Make sure you also wear some sunscreen. This is great weather we're having, and on clear, beautiful days, sunscreen is going to be really important to wear. I have a long sleeve shirt. It's kind of cool outside, but as it gets hotter, the ticks start to make their appearance. So make sure you're wearing long sleeve pants, long sleeve shirt, and if you have some bug spray, that would probably do you a whole lot of good, wearing some bug spray. I like to put bug spray on around the collar of my shirt, around the wrists of my long sleeve shirt, and around my ankles and my socks especially. So it's always great to be prepared when you go out on the trail. So let's go on our hike. Hey Bonnie, you want to go for a hike? You ready to go? Okay, let's go. Let's go. It's time to go. Okay, I have made it to the Route 66 State Park, and I was a little confused at first where exactly to go, but I have taken some pictures of the map of the park and some information that I found really handy when I got here. So information boards like that are always super helpful to pay attention to, because they tell you about the trail conditions, they offer maps and lots of information so that you can have a successful hike. The public bathrooms here are closed currently, but they do have these portable potties available. So I would encourage you to go to the bathroom before, but in the case that you do need something, it's right there available to you. I will actually be hiking the outer loop today, which is about 3 miles or so, and that covers the entirety of the Route 66 park, but there are several shorter hikes within that loop to make it a little more easier or accommodating for families. So from the parking lot, I'm going to take this paved trail to the trailhead. After asking someone when I arrived, they encouraged me to come down the road from the parking lot and to walk down about, 2 minutes to this white blazed connector trail. And this connection is going to take me towards the Merrimack River. So I'm headed east, and once I get to the river, I'm going to turn left to then start the outer loop trail. So just keep that in mind if you do come. You're going to walk from the parking lot headed I guess northeast towards this connector trail. I figured while we walk on this connector trail, I'll tell you a little bit about what I look for when I go on a field trip. And it's always important to scout a field trip if you haven't been there before. I have not been to this park before, so a few things that I'm looking for is information about the trail conditions. This is a gravel trail. It seems pretty clean, pretty cleared out. It is not difficult for me to see where I'm going. I noticed some water, so it's probably going to be a little muddy. That's why I'm really glad I wore my boots today. I tend to prepare myself with my clothes for lots of different kinds of various things in the trails, so it helps to have waterproof boots when walking through muddy or wet areas. I also look for poison ivy. As of right now, I haven't seen any, which is very nice. And again, I wear my boots and my long pants and long socks just in case I do decide to explore and go off into these wooded or grassy areas. I also noticed that this trail has a lot of sun exposure, but I am only on the connecting trail right now. So there's some shade, but mostly sun. I'm glad I wore sunscreen. I also have a little jacket on, so if I get hot, it's easy for me to take this jacket off, put it in my bag, easy peasy. Made it to the end of the connector trail, and I see another gravel path going both ways, left and right, and I know that beyond these trees, that's the Merrimack River. So I want to turn left if I want to do the complete outer loop. So far, this is a really pretty hike. I'm seeing some unique flowers, some of them that I even recognize, which is exciting. Unfortunately, along the trail, I have spotted some poison ivy, so I'm trying to be careful. But that should not deter you from seeing lots of unique things along this gravel trail. But in this particular sycamore tree, there are some holes or small knots in the tree that are maybe, I would think maybe 2-3 inches wide and about 2 or 3 inches deep. Those would be perfect nesting places for either a bluebird or a hummingbird. We like small little spots like that in small knots of the trees. And I'm trying to see if I can spot any tiny nests within these little knot holes. When going on hikes, it's also really fun to try to find small ecosystems or micro environments, micro ecosystems where small animals or possibly insects could live. And a log like this is a perfect example of a micro ecosystem in that animals could live inside and on the outside. Although it's a really large tree that has fallen down, lots of different kinds of animals can live around here. About 30 minutes into my walk, and I'm noticing that we are headed into some lower wetland area, which is really exciting because woodland, wetland, and prairie lands are part of our state's natural landscape. So some of these landscapes are featured on this hike here at Route 66 on the outer loop. I'm done, and now I see a tall grass prairie, which is really interesting. It's still in the springtime, it's still kind of early to see any wild prairie flowers, but what I do see are just long shoots, possibly grasses, a lot of old stems from older plants that might not have been cut down. Someone I just met here on the trail told me that the views here in this savanna prairie are absolutely spectacular in the fall. She said that the majority plant that she sees when she comes walking here with her dog are huge, tall sunflowers. There's one right behind her. Well guys, that's a wrap on my hike today on the outer loop. Lovely day to be outside, gorgeous with the sunshine and also with the breeze, so it kept me nice and cool. Man, it was in the sun, and I'm so glad I put my sunscreen on today. I even got a compliment on my adventure hat, so I guess that's a plus. It was just a real blessing to have this kind of weather to do something like this today. Always bring water with you on the trail. If you bring a snack, clean up after yourself. There wasn't a whole lot of litter out, but some people did leave a mess after their dog. So if you're gonna bring a pet with you, make sure to clean up after your pet. This is a great place for bike riding if you want to stay on the paved trails, or even the gravel trails if you have a mountain bike but instead of a road bike. Great place, easy spot to park. I highly recommend using the All Trails website, and I had a really successful time using this, and it was very helpful when I was trying to find my way around the trail. So if you do not have an All Trails account, I highly recommend it, and it'll help you find exactly where you need to go and keep track of where you're currently located in case you don't see markings, or maybe you forgot to grab a trail map at the very beginning of the trail. So this was super helpful, highly recommend it. Out, have myself some lunch, and enjoy the rest of this gorgeous day. Until next time, go outside, do things, go explore some new places. You won't regret it. It'll be a lot of fun. Take care, everyone.